Curtis Selby's time, breaking down the stories every view will unwind. From left to right, we'll see the light. It's balance we're chasing, no fighters fight. Curtis Selby talking it straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Curtis Selby's here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby. The combos you need. The combos you need. Insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby. The convo's unique. Curtis Selby talking it straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Curtis Selby's here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby. The combos you need. The combos you need. The combos you need.
Greetings, everyone. Testing. It is I, Curtis Selby, your tired blogger, your oaky wanderer, your silly person who's out here just trying to figure it all out. We've got a lot of wonderful people out here. Today we're going to be talking about homelessness, specifically, but not entirely just from northern Oklahoma. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat. We have John Potterero. We call him John Potterero. He may have just gotten off from church. I think that's a wonderful thing. And then he's saying, yay, counting sheep. But StreamYard, being StreamYard, is not letting me see that Counting Sheep was here. So I'm assuming that either Counting Sheep either said something cool or left a super chat, but StreamYard's not telling me, nor is YouTube. So sorry if I missed something. Okay. And we've got Susanna, meet you all the way. Susanna, yeah. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling better. Been praying for you in those moments when I've actually been cognizant. This guy owes me money. This guy can't figure out his identity. And then we have Resolute Germ. Hello. Welcome. And Connie Cleary, faithful bird woman of YouTube. And I've got to come up with some kind of neat sound to make, because Resolute Germ has sent a 99-cent super sticker. On that note, if you guys will send me 5 super chats today, and I'm going to count the super sticker, but anyway, the goal is 5 super chats. YouTube, you know how it is. I will host a watch party of Radioland murders, but even if it's say 4 super chats and this super sticker, we'll host something. here in the next 24 hours. Y'all let me know. In fact, that's what the poll will be. That's what I'm going to make it. What movie should we host? Should we host If We Make Goal? Now, let's see. Radioland Murders. Aha! Y'all are already snapping at it. Wonderful. Wonderful. Radioland Murders. Lost Horizon. Shake Hands with the Devil. And to be determined by community messages. I don't know. I have to put something. I panicked. What can I say? So here's the poll. What movie should we host if we make the goal? And again, even if we don't make the goal, if we just get 5 contributions of some kind, we'll do either Radioland Murders, we'll let you guys vote for it, Lost Horizon, Shake Hands with the Devil, or I have a 4th option that's basically just you guys saying, hey, we don't really want any of those 3. We want something else of our own, and we'll figure it out from the responses in the chat. Resolute Germ, thank you very, very much. John saying that the sound is 5x5. Thank you for letting me know. And here we have, Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf, who I believe will be streaming about a little bit after I'm done with this one. So check out her live streams. Let's check out her music, her novels. You'll have a lot of fun with this stuff. With a $4.99 super chat, bless you, sir. I'm going to have to come up with something. Hold on. I think I know what I want it to be. I do. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Just listen to the music while I fumble around here. Doop 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 doo 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 boop doop boop 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 doo 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 boop ba doo ba boop 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 doo doo doo. Looking at my channel. Hey, look, there's a bunch of stuff of Cassie. Oh man, why does YouTube fail me so often? All right, fine. I have it. Yes. Here we go. I'm going to stop the music, not in the stream. Stop the music. There we go. And this is the reward for the moment. I'll hopefully come up with something better, but because you sent me $4.99, I present you the value. Well, of course it's going to go muted. Here we go. Let's try that again.
$1 million.
Yes. Ha! There we go. $1 million. And let's see here. Oh, people are popping. It's popping. All right. Okay. People saying hi. Charlotte misses me on the streams. And I understand that. And very respectfully, I've got my own issues going on right now, but one of these days I'll try to get back to being on the streams. Sci-Fi Mombi, howdy, hail and well met. I hope you are doing well. I believe you have moved, so that's interesting. I am out of a job right now. So hopefully your news is better than mine, but I hope you're doing well. Charlotte sharing out her channel, Awesome Sauce. Y'all feel free to share out the links of your various channels. Got a lot of wonderful creators in here. Charlotte would love $1 million. I know I would too. And woohoo! And Sci-Fi Mommy is all moved in, but is very sorry. And yes, I thank you very much. It's stressful, but so far I've got a support system. I'm making it, but we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. It will be part of the talk today, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this discussion because, quite simply, it's on my mind. So since Resolute Germ sent a 99-cent super sticker, and also because I just kind of feel like playing it again.
$1 million.
There we go. There we go. We all need $1 million. Yeah, if Charlotte Nightstar makes a good point here, if we got a million, we'd get taxed about half of it. So there's that. So let's go to what I have planned to share. Again, I'm desperately trying to be more centrist here, so I hope that you're not thinking that I'm trying to share any propaganda here. This is just what Channel 5 has to say about recent things. I haven't even read the article, so if it comes out being pro-Trump, anti-Trump, that's not the point. The point is homelessness is an issue, and we need to start having some conversations about it. I'm not meaning to sound whiny or complaining, but I applied for food stamps and unemployment and things like that, and the response I'm getting is, well, you made too much money and you have to be completely destitute before we will get you anything. I mean, that's not what they say, but that's basically what I'm hearing. And the wait will be probably around 8 weeks. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but I can maybe survive 8 weeks with my friends and family helping. But there's a lot of people, and it wasn't that long ago that I would have just been sunk. I would have had no shot, no chance. I would have just been out on the street if something like that had happened. So it's kind of on my heart now to discuss it. I know we had done a previous one with Dark Woods Presents. Did a really good presentation on my channel about the homelessness problem in California. There's a lot of similarities between us, and California and Oklahoma, but also a lot of differences. So, again, hopefully this turns out to be a good article. My apologies if it is either too pro or too anti-Trump. But the point isn't Trump. The point is homelessness, and what the hell do we do about it? Trump executive order. This is from Channel 5 KOCO News in Oklahoma City. Trump executive order reshapes homelessness treatment in Oklahoma. President Donald Trump's executive order aims to prioritize treatment for homeless individuals, prompting mixed reactions from local agencies in Oklahoma, which, again, whether you're for or against Trump, that's all understandable. Kelly Thomas of Channel 5, I love her hair. That's as far as I'm going to go because I'm trying to be quasi-professional. I'll be in my bunk. Okay, that's enough of that. Oklahoma City President Donald Trump has issued an executive order to change how the country handles its homelessness crisis, prioritizing treatment and dismantling laws that restrict states and cities from treating people who refuse help. Like I say, I haven't even read this article, so this is all news to me as well as to you. Well, maybe news to you. You may already know about it. Reactions were mixed from those working alongside the homeless population in Oklahoma, with some agreeing that more federal funding is needed, but emphasizing that housing must come before treatment. And I can honestly see both sides of that argument. Let me know in the chat what you think. It's housing before anything else. It's very hard to get sober. It's hard to get a job when you don't have a safe place to sleep at night, said Carrie Bloomert, CEO of the Mental Health Association Oklahoma. And I would like to comment on the side. I have yet to come across a job application that doesn't ask for a home address. I believe Dark Woods Presents talked about that on his really excellent talk that he did on my channel. What the heck? How are you supposed to get a job when you've got no home address? The order places priority and federal dollars behind cities that ban encampments and supports programs that force people into treatment in institutions. Again, I definitely have mixed emotions about that. Uh, I see being hard nosed with some people, but I don't think I, I I think that the statistics show that there's a strong percentage of homeless people. They don't really need treatment; they just need some place to live and a job. There is a strong percentage also that are have mental issues and drugs. So, what do we do with that? Why is this hopping around? Sometimes the internet makes me sad. The order places priority in federal dollars behind cities that ban encampments and supports programs that force people into treatment in institutions. Trump described homelessness as an endemic vagrancy. And Trump, there are reasons why people don't like you when you say weird crap like that. Anyway, it has made cities unsafe, according to him. And yeah, I'm trying not to be political, so I will just not comment. Bloomert noted that while mental illness and substance abuse disorder are significant factors, the main root cause of homelessness is the lack of affordable housing. She said the order directs more federal dollars to mental health and addiction centers, but warned that agencies could lose funding if they do not comply with the new order. They do talk about grant recipients like Mental Health Association Oklahoma. If we're not enforcing certain rules or certain policies, we could be in jeopardy of losing funding. We hope it doesn't get to that point, but we are certainly paying attention to how this executive order plays out, Bloomert said. Oklahoma City's Key to Home program is waiting for more details on the funding behind the new order, but remains focused on expanding housing and supportive services. The Homeless Alliance Shelter stated that it will continue to treat its clients with dignity and respect, emphasizing that everyone deserves housing while agreeing that treatment must be part of the solution. So, and then the next article is the most comfortable shoes of 2025. And we wonder why people lose faith in the news because we're going to put homelessness right next to the most comfortable shoes. Yes, sir, Bob. All right, let's see what y'all are saying in the chat. Sci-Fi Mombi, don't complain at all. This is a serious subject. It needs discussed. I was going to suggest you apply for everything you can, and I have been so far. And thus far, I'm being, again, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying what's going on. I'm being denied everything, but I'm also being told, because I'm not being a jerk when these people say these things, they're like, but please reapply on August the 1st, because at that point you'll be broke, just to be blunt. And then maybe we can do something. But I can't help but think, and I don't say it, but from a personal perspective, which may not matter, but from a personal perspective, I kind of hate to have to lose nearly every freaking thing I've fought hard to build up before I start getting any help. Gorilla's random thoughts, kapla! Hail and well met. Glory to you and your house. And thank you, as always, for the intro and all the other things that you've done to help me and my channel out. What did I miss? Going to most likely be lurking as I get the house ready for Kayla. Well, God bless you and good luck on that. I hope that all of that goes well. Another wonderful creator here. Please check out his cigar lounges where he just has a neat chat with PvP, Mikey Susie 4, Larry Be Yourself Adventures, so all kinds of wonderful people. Uh, Resolute Germ is often there. Sometimes I'm there, but not often enough, I suspect. Um, Lots of good stuff there. He also does his reviews of the Waltons, trying to get back to a better and more wholesome time. They do watch parties. I believe he's doing a watch party tonight. I hope. I do at least try to be in the chat on that one if I can't be on the panel, uh, where I do my own bizarre random reviews of the bizarre and random movies that he plays. So far, for me, the most fun movie that he's done has been the female Terminator, which, if I remember right, I gave a score of 8675309 out of 10, if I remember right. Everybody promoting their channels. Excellent, excellent. Sci-Fi Mommy, actually, I'll just read it out. I'll be a good host for a change. Come join Sci-Fi Mommy in the Galactic Cafe this week at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and she leaves that link. So, also, yes, Sci-Fi Mombi has some wonderful stuff. Her Galactic Cafes, various watch parties of the Orville, readings of Orville material. It's a great channel. You will not be. I'm having a senior moment, but you will enjoy her channel. So come on over, and like I say, Gorilla's Random Thoughts, wonderful creators in here. Sci-Fi Mombi, T-minus 1 week to the premiere of the new season of King of the Hill. We're going to watch on Monday nights, and here she leaves the link. Huzzah! Sci-Fi Mombi doesn't agree with this executive order. This should be legislation, not an executive order. And I can absolutely understand that thinking. I've never been very comfortable with legislation being put out as executive orders. Several reasons, but even just on a practical reason. Uh, Not even delving into the whole, hey, look, there's this constitution thing over here. Ignoring that and just being practical, all it all that executive order is good for is until the next guy comes along and just wipes it out with his pen. I agree wholeheartedly that we should be doing more of our laws through legislation like the founding fathers meant it to be. And I take that for Trump, Biden, Obama, freaking Bush, anybody. I've felt like we've been doing way too many executive orders for pretty much my entire lifetime. But Charlotte Nightstar, the werewolf. I'll try to catch more lives of you, Sci-Fi Mombi. I've been so busy lately. I do get that. I do get that. Sci-Fi Mombi. Uh, Thank you so much, Miss Charlotte. I'm trying to watch more of your content, even if on the replay. I know what you mean. No worries. I appreciate you. Gorillas. Sci-Fi Mombi, Congress has sat on their ass for 40 years, which this is not a bad point either. As the problems get worse, so Trump took action. And again, I'm trying to be less political, but I'd absolutely see both sides of that. On one hand, absolutely, more legislation needs to be happening. I had a dream last night, and I'd almost forgotten it, that I got elected to the legislature. And then when I go to Washington, everyone was just basically blatantly, they were buying high dollar meals and charging it to the government. And there were people having affairs, and uh, lobbyists were trying to tempt me with money and girls and stuff. And I'm sure that the dream was exaggerated, but I think that our legislatures have become so corrupt, and so, we don't really have to work. We'll let our assistants make all the bills. And that's not to say that it's right that executive orders are happening all over the place. It's just saying, what do you do as an executive when the legislature has virtually slept off the job to you? Resolute Germ, who is also a wonderful creator and often does the Saturday morning cartoons. Please check him out. And he is also often in Gorilla's panel, makes some great points wherever he goes, and has been very supportive of me. Refusing treatment is the biggest problem with homelessness in Washington, which I believe that's the state you reside in. The vast majority are addicts and crazies that just want money. And I would say in Oklahoma, I don't know exactly where the percentage lies, but if you pin me to the wall and force me to make an estimate, I would say it's about 50-50. I would say that probably half of our homeless are, like you say, addicts and people with emotional and mental problems that simply don't want to. They don't want to work. But then you do have the other half who want to work and want to do things the right way, and they've gotten into this terrible, terrible position where really nobody wants to hire them anymore. And so it's a tough thing, and I don't know that I'm smart enough to have the answer. It's one of the reasons why I'm trying to have this discussion. Perks are pretty comfortable. I don't know if you meant legislative perks or what, but yes, they seem to be. People saying hi to everybody. Sci-Fi Mombi, I agree with you at Resolute Germ. You can lead a horse to water. You can't make them drink. I learned that with my wonderful dog Cassie. She'll sometimes get a little overheated on the walks, and oddly enough, I can take her right to water, and she won't drink it. So go figure. Sci-Fi Mombi, Gorilla's Random Thoughts. I totally agree with you, but executive orders aren't the best way to handle it, since our president says he believes in states' rights, which it's not a bad point. Again, I'm trying hard to be centrist and what have you, but it's not a bad point. What both sides have elicited hypocrisies in these last, I would say, 50 years, honestly. Gorilla Random Thoughts mystery movie. If you want a simulcast, I will try. If it's before 7 o'clock anyway, I will try to carve out that time. Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Mommy, maybe this executive order will get the legislatures off their asses, which that would be nice. I don't know if it will, but it would be good if something inspired them to actually do their jobs. At Gorilla's Random Thoughts, I pray for this. I'm tired of those we vote for not doing their jobs. Agreed. And here we have Connie Cleary. Also, I think I've said hello, but I haven't really promoted her. The wonderful bird woman of YouTube, one of the great wrenches, a pillar of the community. Just out of the hospital, we've been praying for her respiratory issues and other things. Her short dropped at midnight this morning, so check it out. In fact, I may just check it out here because I'm just that silly. YouTube. Meet the YouTube. Connie Cleary's got some YouTube stuff. Hey, look, Okie Wanderer is playing. He's a big jerk. Don't listen to him. Okay, Connie Cleary. You know what? I'll just click on the link. How about I do that? How about I do that for a change while I'm trying to find that link? Because, I'm just so quick. 50% of you want the movie to be determined by community chat. 38% of you want Radioland murders. 12% of you want Shake Hands with the Devil. Nobody wants Lost Horizon. Oh, wow. That started quick. Okay. Let's share that. Connie Cleary, open that golden gate. Here we go. Princess Ophelia. Beautiful, beautiful bird. Let's leave a like. Let's share it out to Twitter. Yes, my computer is fast. Quick fast with one of these, a piece of butter and a slice of cheese. Hopefully YouTube doesn't nail me for using a 40-year-old commercial about how you should eat your breakfast. There we go. Share it out to Facebook and Twitter. And now let's play this bare-eyed cockatoo.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's try
What?
and get Connie's attention.
What?
Oh, let's chew.
What, baby girl? Hi. Hi.
What a sweetheart.
What, sweetheart?
I love animals that like to cuddle.
Hmm.
Hey, maybe if I end up homeless, maybe I can still afford my phone and at least watch videos of Connie. Look at that bird. You know, Cassie's been really cuddly lately, although she isn't in the room right now. She wants to be on her couch, but she's just been laying at my feet like a sweet little girl.
Hi.
All right, I won't play the whole thing. Not because I'm impatient, but mainly because I get nervous anymore. Because even though Connie wouldn't nail me, YouTube would. All right. Connie has another short dropping in on Wednesday. So be sure and check out. Keep that notification bell going and see what she drops on Wednesday. I also know she has a movie community that often plays movies just directly to Cosby on Wednesdays and Fridays. Sci-Fi Mombi says that that's a horrible nightmare, and sadly, it's probably one of the least horrible nightmares I've ever had. But yeah, it was not. It was not a good dream. It was not a fun dream at all. I mean, some aspects of it were fun. Having the lobbyists trying to bribe me with money and girls, I'm going to confess that was fun. But the back of my mind, I'm like, this is wrong. This is bad. I can't take this. In the dream, I didn't take it, but I'm gonna admit it was even in dream world, it was kind of tempting. Let's just take the money and the girls and sit on my butt and live happily ever after. Charlotte and I star the werewolf. If I were president, I'd be putting folks as y'all are in my administration to vary points, etc., and be a healthy legislation in cabinet. Right on, right on, right on. Uh, we 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 need different sides of things. We can't just be echo chambers. And hail Jeff B, another great supporter of the community. Welcome, welcome. Hope you are doing well. We're talking about homelessness and being a complete self-aggrandizer. I've got a super chat thing going. We're about a fifth of the way there, although if we even just make it to 4, I'm going to do a watch party based off of what you guys vote on. And right now we've got a tie between Radioland Murders and To Be Determined by Community Chat. And 20, that's 40% each. 20% of you voted for Shake Hands with the Devil. So there it is. And boop, everybody saying hi. Gorillas Censor random thoughts. Should I be an ass for when the kids come over and are always stealing drinks in my pop? Have the Warhead energy drinks out? Yes! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! I voted for it. Tell me what time. I honestly, the best time for me is about 4 p.m. Central, because that'll give me some time before the my roommates get home. But But I can make anything work between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, really, even. Charlotte, I agree with you that that bird is just so sweet. And Gorilla's Random Thoughts has been censored. Dag nabbit. What did YouTube do this time? Connie Clear is agreeing that the bird is sweet. Gorillas is saying all I said was, if he is such a jerk, I'll break his legs for you. There you go. Yeah, maybe let's not do that this time. All right. Connie Clear was wondering, and Sci-Fi Mommy Connie also joins me Thursdays and Saturdays. Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. Thursdays and Saturdays for Orville, The Muppets, and Star Trek: The Original Series watch parties. Censored twice. Gorilla's is going to send the other one on Twitter. All right. Oh, what have we got here? Cardinal Sarah in France. Okay, that's cool. I'm looking at something that John Ponterero shared. I may try to share that later on in the stream. And let's see if this is something that I can read. Gorillas. Wow. Okay, so I'll try to put this in a politically correct way. Gorillas doesn't want to be in Congress because he would end up showing vociferously his contempt for Congress uh, with physical methods that would get him charged with elder abuse. So I disagree with YouTube for censoring it, but I can also understand wrapping my head around YouTube's policies. Yeah, that I could see that they might censor that. I don't agree with it, but that's what they do. Connie Cleary, my mom, can relate to what was going on when she was younger, and glad she married Dad. Life is much better. Right on, right on. Words and pictures. Hello, hello. Welcome. Hello, Curtis. Am I unwell? I sound a little like I have a cold. Well, I am a little bit stuffy, but I'm also using a new microphone thing, and I'm not always 100% sure how well it's working. So that may be it right there. All right, let's get back to homelessness in specifically, not exclusively, but specifically in Oklahoma, because that's what this show is about. I thought I would share this from okpolicy.org. Homelessness in Oklahoma, information and resources. So, if I do end up homeless, maybe I can go back to my own stream and remind myself what I need to do. There are many causes to homelessness. The one central piece we hear time and again is there is a lack of affordable housing available to everyday Oklahomans. There's a growing disparity between housing costs and wages. I've also been talking about that on the subject of what we're doing to the young. Basically, we've made education and housing virtually unaffordable for them. But back to the central topic at hand, affordable housing is not available to everyday Oklahomans. There's a growing disparity between housing costs and wages, not only in Oklahoma, but around the nation. Without purposeful action, more Oklahomans will struggle with housing instability and homelessness. If state legislatures are serious about solving homelessness, they will quit acting like they do in Curtis's dreams. Oh, wait, no, that's actually not there. Sorry. They should find solutions to grow Oklahoma's affordable housing stock and slow the high rate of evictions. not further traumatizing people already experiencing an enormous hardship. I would suggest that maybe it should not take 8 weeks to get you some help. I know I'm not even going to cite the studies because there's numerous ones out there. Most studies show that the average American does not have a month's worth of income saved up and will be on the streets within about a month of losing a job. So 8 weeks, do the math. You're basically setting. You have a situation that's virtually set up to ensure that a strong percentage of people, if they lose their job, are homeless. That was my personal take on it. But they should, legislators should find solutions to grow Oklahoma's affordable housing stock and slow the high rate of evictions, not further traumatizing people. Here's some statistics, because we all like statistics. Sometimes they matter to us. All too often, I think people don't pay attention to them. But anyway, total experiencing homelessness in 2024 in Oklahoma is 5,497. Doesn't sound like a lot. I don't know how that compares to other states, but Oklahoma is not a very big state. So 5,000 for Oklahoma is probably like, I don't want to exaggerate too much, but probably like 50,000 or 500,000 in another state. We have 3,251 sheltered homeless, 2,599 living in emergency shelters, 652 that are living in transitional housing, whatever the hell that means, 2,216 absolutely unsheltered homeless. The number of individuals experiencing homelessness increased 17.6% in 2024 compared to 2023. The number of individuals experiencing homelessness in 2024 increased 29.5% when compared to 2007. So basically, it's been steadily increasing, if I'm understanding this. And then in 2023 and 2024, something happened to just make it skyrocket. For every 10,000 people living in the state, 13 Oklahomans reported experiencing homelessness in 2024. So it's a little bit more than one person out of 1,000. To put that into a little bit of perspective, I live in a town of 3,000. That means that probably a bare minimum of 3 people, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 6, are homeless in this little bitty small town. This is higher than rates reported in neighboring states. Texas has 9, Arkansas 9, Missouri 12, and Kansas 9. Colorado has 32 per 10,000. New Mexico has 22. And according to this, had the highest rates of neighboring states. I think your math is not good, people, because last I checked, 32 was higher than 22, but I digress. Divides it up by gender. I'm not going to go into all of that. There are more males than females, which it depends on your perspective, I suppose. But I would, yeah, it just sucks that anybody's homeless. There's a lot of Native American, 634 Native Americans are homeless, 1,222 blacks, 2,716 whites. I have no idea how they actually gather this information. I would assume, honestly, that a lot of it's inaccurate because a lot of the homeless that I've interacted with really didn't want anybody putting them down on any tabulation sheets. Anyway. So there are articles and publications. Again, I won't read all those. Oklahomans will go another year without solutions to the housing crisis. This was published in June 2024. Newly formed Interagency Council on Homelessness of Oklahoma is needed now more than ever, from August of 2024. Homeless in a Heartbeat, a guest post by Camille Landry from 2019. And then there's the maps for the services for the unhoused, the Homeless Alliance, the Housing Solutions of Tulsa, a National Alliance to End Homelessness, so on and so on. In rural Oklahoma, homelessness remains a hidden problem. The Frontier, July 2023. All right, let's see what y'all are saying in the chat. Boop, 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 boop. People are saying hi, howdy, 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 howdy. Gorilla's random thoughts. Wait, I have a month's worth saved up. Well, I don't want to get too deep into my personal situation, but yeah, I have a little over a month saved up, but I don't have access to all of it. Let's just say some of my assets are less than liquid. So, Resolute Germ is making a point here. 8 weeks is actually a pretty good time to get help. It took 6 months when I had to stop working. That's terrible, Resolute Germ. I am so sorry to hear that. Gorilla's random thoughts. There's less homeless females because they can easily hook up with a random guy and then stay there, which I'm just going to not comment on that one. It is a point. It is something to think about, but I'm not going to comment on it. I don't need all the women in here throwing rocks at me. PvP is saying hello. Another wonderful creator here. He releases music, shares the music that he loves. He is often on Gorilla's Random Thoughts panel and other people's Charlotte Night Stars panels. He says Shake Hands with the Devil is a great movie. Let's take a look real quick at what the poll shows. We have still a tie, 36% between Radioland Murders and To Be Determined by the Community. And 27% of you, and I'm assuming one of them is PvP, Shake Hands with the Devil. It's about the Rwanda genocide. I really didn't know what it was about. I just know it was highly recommended to me by someone whose opinion on movies I really respect. And I've never gotten to see it. I've always wanted to. And I get the feeling it would be fun to see it with you guys. Gorillas doesn't have a savings. It got wiped out during Biden. See, mine got wiped out during my divorce, and then I was very slowly building it back up, and then I ended up here. And PvP is sharing information about Shake Hands with the Devil. Gorillas, the women can throw the rocks at you, at me. I notice, oh, no, finally, yes, a woman is saying something. Hey, PvP, so maybe we haven't completely scared them off. The PvP, back when the UN peacekeepers were actually trying to be a positive force. Gotcha. Shake hands with the devil. All right. So one thing I need to do before I get too far ahead, let's go to Facebook. Let's go to Facebook and Facebook. I don't want to make a post. I want to search for my sponsors. Yes, I have paid sponsors, but having said that, the pay is more like it's not really so much money necessarily as people just simply helping me out. But I count them as paid sponsors because it's I need the practice in case I ever do actually get paid sponsors. The Tonkawa General Hardware Store. These people are I count them as paid sponsors because, well, and lately they have been helping me out with a little bit of money. Nothing, I don't want to exaggerate too much, but they've been very helpful to me so far. Yeah, there's evidently they wanted to share that there was one of those food trucks out there selling butt bites. But I want to advertise for the general hardware store. They are wonderful people. They've got tools and they've got stuff. See, look, they've got stuff, and they've got insect repellent and sprays. They've got really spiffy lights. I bought a flashlight when I was still employed. Really, really glad I have it now. Look, all these tools, my testosterone is rising just looking at all of these tools. So if you're anywhere near the Tonkawa area, please show these people some love. Go out, buy a tool, buy some beef jerky. Tell them that the tired blogger sent you, and they'll give you some free popcorn. Here they're announcing that the hardware store will be closed August 3rd through the 9th. They're going to be taking a vacation, and since they are small business, it's just them running it. So they can be reached at 580-370-9306. Again, that number, 580-370-9306. And their address is 119 East Grand Avenue, Tonkawa, Oklahoma. And my other paid sponsor, I claim them as paid sponsors because they are Patreon and what have you people, and every now and then they'll buy me a meal. Hey, that's not it. I don't want to stop sharing. I want to search for Canada's canines at Whiskey Flats. Look at them. They're just the most beautiful little doggies. Look at that sad looking doggy. He's a good doggy. I like the wagging tails. This one getting up in the bed with her little puppies. Mocha's puppies have stolen Aunt Stella's heart. Puppy love runs deep. This is not a puppy mill. This is a family that raises. This is not them though. They're just sharing this one. But anyway, they raise and sell Great Danes and Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. The puppies come with AKC regs and vet records. They vet the people they sell to. They want the puppies and the people that buy them to be happy and loving family. So just look at these Cavaliers. My gosh, this one kind of reminds me of Cassie a little bit. The head tilt. I love that. Blessed is the person who has earned the love of a King Charles Spaniel. I'm trying to get to the one with all the waggy tail puppies because you need to see them. Waggy tail puppies. And this is Blue, one of the Great Danes. He's cuddled up with one of the Charles Spaniel thingies. Here they are. Look at those wagging tails. Look at those happy waggy tail puppies. That's them on the kitchen floor with Blue sniffing around going, what are all these puppies doing here? That's not the kitchen. Oh, wherever that is, somewhere in their house. So you can reach them at SoniaKennedy@yahoo.com. Just like Red Sonia, but Gary won't let her run around in Red Sonia outfits unless it's just between those two. SoniaKennedy@yahoo.com. SoniaKennedy@yahoo.com. And their phone number all the way up here is 580-628-1674. That number again, 580-628-1674. Tell them the Tired Blogger sent you, and they will probably give you a free dog biscuit. I don't really know, but anyway. So let's get caught up in the chat. Chat's been popping while I've been trying to pretend like I do advertisements. Gorillas Random Thoughts PvP. What by standing there going, no, wait, don't. I'm not sure I got that one. Yeah. When the UN peacekeepers were actually trying to be a positive force. Gorillas also says, I would call them unpaid practice sponsors because otherwise you're supposed to check a box in the setting for paid sponsors. Yes, I think that's actually smart because they do, but they don't, if that makes sense. So, PvP is sharing a Wikipedia article, I'm assuming about someone in the Shake Hands with the Devil movie. All right, the movie starts at 4. And Resolute Germ is asking if it's for Gorillas time. Oh, Suzanne came back over here. There's no one else on Rumble. I'm sorry. I'm just glad Rumble's working. Let me know if it's not, because Gorillas Rumble gives me fits. Gorillas, I just moved the couch so I can sweep and mop. I just figured out how the kids got the living room picked up so fast the other day when I told them to pick up their stuff. Connie is saying that the puppies are sweet. All right. So Gorilla's saying, yeah, 4 Central so Curtis can join. All right. I will be keeping my eye on that clock. 2 hours from now? Oh, I guess it is 2 hours from now. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. Puppies. All righty. So we are done with the practice advertisements. Rumble it does give me some ad revenue. Probably similar to what YouTube does. They've also got an ad program thing there, but I haven't figured out quite how it works. But yeah, Rumble does pay me a little bit. You know better than I do. I'm just learning now what YouTube pays. But anyway, yeah. All right, where am I at? Looking at the poll again, to be determined by the community chat, is running at 38%. So y'all might start throwing some ideas in the chat, or we might decide over at Gorillas, whichever way works. $1 million. I know I had something else. Oh, yes, I do. Although it's a little bit off topic, I thought I would share another Oklahoma a thing, may be related and may not be related to homelessness, from the local Tonkawa, Oklahoma newsletter. Oklahoma recreational marijuana. Petition to begin signature collection despite uncertainty. Let me get back over here, see how quickly my computer reacts to my requests. Here we go. This is from KGOU, your NPR source. I will make no comment. Oklahoma recreational marijuana petition to begin signature collection. Here we have somebody playing with marijuana. There it is. Recreational marijuana supporters are moving forward with an effort to get it on the ballot, despite uncertainty about the constitutionality of a new law that slaps more regulations on the process. Supporters of State Question 837 received permission to begin collected signatures for a constitutional amendment that would legalize the use of recreational marijuana. Supporters can begin collecting signatures August 6. The deadline to turn in the 172,993 signatures is November 3. Lawmakers passed, and Governor Kevin Stitt in May signed into law Senate Bill 1027 that puts more restrictions on the process voters use to get issues on the ballot. It quickly drew 2 legal challenges in the Oklahoma Supreme Court. The state's high court has not blocked the law from taking effect because it wrote that it is considering a challenge to a State Question 836 to open the state's primaries. The court order does not explain the reasoning. Because, why should we ever explain anything? Among other things, the new petition law puts caps on the number of signatures that can be collected by a county. which supporters say forces greater participation outside the highest populated counties. Jed Green is director of Oklahomans for Responsible Cannabis Action, a marijuana policy advocacy group backing legalization. We are proceeding forward and following the guidance provided by the Secretary of State at the front end, Gene said. Misspellation. I work cheap. I could have gotten that right. Anyway, Green said, this is basically extra administrative work for us. The more egregious and constitutional aspects of 1027 may be litigated at some point in the future. The geographical requirements of the new law mean the organization has to collect signatures in 20 counties, which he is confident can be successfully done because his organization is statewide, he said. I was listening to a local show, the Jake Merrick show, which he quit doing because he was running for governor and he can't keep doing the show and run for governor at the same time. He had talked to the person that authored that bill, and it likely is controversial, but since I'm from a small town, I actually, let's just say I understood the reasoning behind it. The way the bill was written before, all you had to do is go to Tulsa, Oklahoma City, and you had your signatures, and screw what the rest of the counties thought. So that was the reasoning behind it. Does it make it more difficult? Yeah, it does. And I get that side of the argument too. You're just trying to make it harder for the people to have their voice. But the author of the bill was at least claiming that the point was to make sure that rural counties, and not just these two big Uber counties, had a voice in passing the laws. So let me know in the comments what you think about that. Quote, I think it is nearly impossible for anyone to be successful under the new rules, said Amber England, who has worked on several ballot initiatives, including the successful effort to expand Medicaid and a current effort to raise the minimum wage to at least $15 an hour. The latter issue will be on the ballot in June 2026. While the state may have an initiative petition process on the books because of the restrictions lawmakers have implemented, it effectively has been shut down, she said. Quote, I have worked on various different initiative petitions over the last decade, she said. The process has gotten harder every single time because of the different restrictions the legislature has put on the process in an effort to take power away from the voters. So there's definitely two sides to that story. After, unquote, by the way. After lawmakers refused to act, reference back to what Gorillas said, voters used the process to expand Medicaid, pass criminal justice reform, and legalize medical marijuana. But voters have balked at legalizing recreational marijuana. In 2018, 57% of voters approved legalizing medical marijuana. But less than 5 years later, they defeated a proposed state statute change that would have legalized recreational marijuana. I just love saying it that way. Don't mind me. The vote was nearly 62% against State Question 820. So a majority of Oklahomans believe you should have access to marijuana for medical use, but nearly 2/3 of us believe that recreational use is right out. Not saying that's my opinion. I'm just saying that seems to be where Oklahomans stand on it. Pat McFerrin, who ran the campaign against the recreational marijuana legalization, said it failed in all 77 counties. Wow. I'm surprised it didn't pass in Oklahoma and Tulsa County. I think most Oklahomans believe the current system we have is de facto recreational, he said. And let's just say I can understand that thinking. It does seem to me like there's a lot more of it going on than just medicine. The barrier is so minuscule So I see no desire among the public to make it even easier to buy cannabis. I think he may have a point on that. So while this is not directly related to homelessness, I have a suspicion that there could be at least a small number of people who find their way there through overuse of marijuana. I don't want to be like the old timers. Marijuana is automatically going to be addictive and it's going to destroy your life and lead to bigger drugs. I don't know any of that, but I do suspect that maybe some people do go down a dark road, and then again, a lot of people don't. So PvP is sharing the Rwandan genocide media and popular culture. Gorilla's Monkey Thoughts in Makey's voice. Drugs are bad, okay? And PvP, I don't get why you guys still can't get the Mary Jane issue figured out. Well, it's because a lot of lies are told on both sides. Like every other freaking issue, you've got one side over exaggerating how dangerous and bad and evil it is, and then the other side over exaggerating that, claiming that there are no harmful effects. And well, with some people there are. If you don't believe me, it's only anecdotal, but you can listen to the life story of help me out, the guy who believes in ancient civilizations. um, oh crud, ancient civilizations. um, he's always on with Joe Rogan. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. There's Randall Carlson and there's the other guy. Where's the other guy? Or Ancient Civilizations, Carlson, Joe Rogan. I'm going to feel so stupid when I remember his name. I can see his face. Graham Hancock. Graham Hancock actually found himself literally addicted to marijuana, and then he went on an ayahuasca trip and that cured him of it. So make of that story whatever you want. It's anecdotal, maybe it doesn't even matter. Canada has had legal weed for years. There are cannabis stores everywhere here. Just call him that one asshole. And PvP, don't change anything. City still pretty much the same after decriminalization. Right on, right on. PvP did put a dent in criminal gangs' income, which is good. Yeah, to me that's the big thing. Is I think we need to. I'm not quite a libertarian, but I'm very close to a libertarian. I don't think that gangs should be selling marijuana to our kids. I don't think anyone really should be selling it to kids. But anyway, responsible adults, I think, should be able to buy it. I think they should be able to recreationally smoke it in their own homes on their own property. But at the same time, it seems to me like that's not the way it's being done. I'm literally sick of the smell of marijuana everywhere. I don't like the way it smells. And it's like a conflict of rights. I mean, do I have the right to a marijuana free smelling life? Yeah, I do in my own home because I don't smoke it. None of my roommates smoke it. But anyway, it's life is weird. I have probably rambled on long enough. Let's go ahead and call the poll. 38% of you want it to be determined. So y'all let me know what you would like. We didn't hit the goal, but I'd still be happy to do a watch party of something. We'll talk about it over on Gorillas. See if we can carve out a time and make make out a idea of what you guys would actually like to watch. That's how I'll handle that. And yep, it is time to finish this stream. PvP, I'm a conservative libertarian. Does that make any sense? It really does. It really does. And Lost Horizon got no love, which makes me a little bit sad because that's I really would like to play that one for the community one of these days. But let's get into music. Scooby, Scooby, Scooby Doo. Scooby Dooby Dooby Doo. We had 2 super chats, a 99-cent super sticker from Reslet Germ, and a $4.99 super chat from John Ponerero. So I definitely want you guys to chime in. I definitely want to know what you two think, either over here or on Gorillas later on, where I will try to be in the, I should be able to be in the thing, you know, the panel, the thing with all the people talking, all that stuff. Scooby Dooby Dooby Doo. Welcome, John Ponerero. Wonderful musician, wonderful human being. He's been very supportive with super chats, advice, prayers, sends me links. Wonderful, wonderful human being here. And we'll meet you all the way, Susanna, yeah. Hello, hello. I hope you have been doing well. Been praying for you and your health, your family. This guy is begging you not to break any part of his body, even if he is a jerk. Resolute Germ. Wonderful creator here, and like I say, he gave me a 99-cent super sticker. God bless you. Much appreciated, especially in this time. If I were working, I would say that all this money is going to go to the improvement of the channel, but I'm going to be blunt, till I get another job. Some of it may be going for groceries, but or maybe I'll get some medical marijuana. I'm just kidding. Please check him out. He also hangs out with Gorillas quite often, and he does his Saturday morning cartoons. So check him out. Connie Cleary, as we said, faithful bird woman of YouTube. She's got those beautiful videos of birds, very calming and soothing, those cute, cuddly animals. And she also has her second channel, Fluff Chick Productions. Don't neglect it. She's got wonderful crafts on there, and she's got some interviews. Dino from that community with the late night radio shows and horror shows, they have been supportive of her, and she's been supportive of them. Wonderful people over there, so check them out. Speaking of wonderful people, Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf is probably about to stream any moment. Maybe she did it yesterday. I'm losing track of my days. But check out her material. She's got some wonderful music, wonderful books, poetry, watch parties, interviews. You will not be sorry you checked out her channel. Sci-Fi Mombi, check out her channel. She's doing those Sci-Fi Mombi cafes where she basically takes her lunch break and talks about the news of the day, the positive news of the day. She doesn't get political. She's very deep into the Orville community. Lots of watch parties, lots of work with Orville Nation, who I need to hit up here pretty soon. There's a lot of people I need to hit up. Maybe I should do that while I've got the time before I'm homeless. Charlotte would love $1 million. Wouldn't we all?
$1 million.
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's make sure that's not on autoplay. Yeah, there he goes. YouTube playing with my head. That's okay. That's okay. Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Check this gentleman out. He designed my intro stream. It's very encouraging. He's going to have me on his panel. Very ill-advised, but that's okay. I'll try not to make a complete fiasco of it. And we'll be rating a mystery movie. This one, however, I've changed my rules, so the next one will not be rated 8667539. It will be somewhere between 0 and, I don't know, 100. It's supposed to be 0 to 10, but I seem to end up with ludicrous scores. All right, Sci-Fi Mombies saying we're T-minus 1 week from the premiere of the new season of King of the Hills, and they will be doing watch parties on her community on Monday nights. So check that out. Who else have I got in here? I've got personality Jeff B. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being in here and for the kind comments. Scooby-Doo. Gorilla's Random Thoughts was censored again. Censored. Words and pictures. Thank you for showing up and for the kind comments. PvP, hello, another wonderful creator here. He shares the music that he loves, and he is often on the panel with Gorilla's Random Thoughts in that community. So check him out. Meet you all the way, Susanna, yeah. You know, I did a karaoke last night, and I think I may have been muted all through it, but anyway. Life sucks. Drink Pepsi. All right. Read the last comments and then call it a stream. PvP, Lost Horizons film worth watching. It's kind of strange, but entertaining. I love the book. Absolutely love the book. PvP can't smoke weed due to his high blood pressure. I'm sorry about that. Gorilla's on Kayla duty, and Gorilla says you won't say anything that is worse than what comes out of my mouth. You are likely correct there. So, I just wanted to say to everybody, whether you're in Oklahoma or not, which it looks like almost never is there anyone in the chat that's actually from Oklahoma, I would love for you to discover more about this fine state, and please fall in love with Northern Oklahoma. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I will see some, if not all of you, in a little bit over an hour and a half on Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.